Think you're hard to scare? How about a beach that has officially become the world's capital of amputations? Or a place where a death toll is carved right at the entrance? Today, we're diving into some of the most extreme locations on Earth. You'll see how a careless swim can turn into a bloody lottery with bull sharks, and discover places where swarms of robbers overwhelm tourists like locusts. And at the end, we'll take you to one of the most surreal spots on the planet. A lake whose toxic waters can turn living creatures into stone. Ready? Let's begin our journey. Thirteenth place goes to a famous tourist hotspot with extreme risks. Maho Beach on the island of St. Martin. It looks like a tropical paradise, but right next to it is Princess Juliana International Airport, where planes fly over people at just 10 to 15 meters above the ground. During landing, the roar of the engines is deafening, sand blasts your skin, and the air fills with the smell of jet fuel. But the real danger comes during takeoff. Because of the short runway, pilots use maximum thrust, creating wind speeds over 160 kilometers per hour that can literally knock people off their feet. Despite clear warnings, tourists hold on to the fence, a risky activity known as fence surfing. The jet blast can throw people into concrete barriers or the sea, while debris turns into dangerous projectiles. Injuries are common, yet the crowds keep coming. This is a place where a relaxing vacation can quickly turn into a serious accident. The 12th spot is taken by a place that looks like a scene from a Lost Paradise movie, but in reality is a beautiful trap of the Pacific Ocean. We're heading to Hawaii, to the island of Kauai, home to Hanakapiai Beach. Getting here is already a challenge. There are no roads, only a 3.5-kilometer hike along a winding trail through rocky cliffs. The reward seems worth it, a wild beach with golden sand, surrounded by emerald cliffs and waterfalls. But the moment you step into the water, it can become a fatal mistake. There is no coral reef here to soften the ocean's force, so massive waves crash directly onto the shore with incredible power. The greatest danger lies in the powerful rip currents that pull everything out into the open ocean. Even experienced swimmers stand no chance. The ocean quickly drains all your strength. At the entrance, there's a chilling sign. A warning of deadly danger and tally marks counting the victims, already more than 40. Locals say the real number is even higher. The ocean here does not forgive mistakes. People are swept away even in shallow water. A sudden wave knocks them down, and the current drags them out to sea, where there are no lifeguards and no chance of return. Hanakapiai is a symbol of human carelessness, set against perfect natural beauty. In 11th place is what seems like the American dream. Sunny Florida, the ocean, and golden beaches. But behind this image lies the shark attack capital of the world, New Smyrna Beach, officially recognized by the Guinness World Records. According to the University of Florida, this is the most dangerous stretch of water on the planet. Scientists say that if you've ever swum here, you are almost certainly within a few meters of a shark. The reason is its unique location near the Ponce de Leon Inlet, where fresh and salt water mix, creating a perfect feeding ground. Schools of fish gather here, followed by thousands of sharks. Blacktip sharks, spinner sharks, and especially aggressive bull sharks. The water is murky, with almost zero visibility, which leads to so-called mistaken identity attacks. Sharks don't hunt humans on purpose. They confuse hands and feet with fish. A quick bite follows and the shark usually swims away, but the injuries are severe. Torn tissue, nerve damage, and months of recovery. Spinner sharks are particularly dangerous, as they leap out of the water while spinning in the air. Despite all this, the beach remains popular with surfers willing to take the risk for the perfect wave. Locals treat shark bites with a sense of fatalism, wearing scars like badges of honor. Lifeguards stay on constant alert, raising warning flags, while drones capture chilling footage of hundreds of sharks swimming close to people. Sometimes the beach is closed, but as soon as it reopens, crowds return to the water. New Smyrna Beach is a place where relaxation turns into risk, and people ignore danger in pursuit of thrill. In 10th place is a beach where the main danger is invisible, yet deadly. This is Chowpatty Beach in Mumbai, India. From a distance it looks idyllic. Sunsets, palm trees, and people strolling by the water. But up close the picture changes. It's one of the dirtiest and most toxic beaches in the world. The water is dark gray, sometimes almost black, due to untreated sewage, industrial waste, and garbage. Swimming here is like stepping into a breeding ground for infections. Bacteria levels exceed safe limits by hundreds of times. Even a single accidental sip of the water can lead to serious diseases such as cholera, typhoid, hepatitis, or dysentery. In 2011, the situation worsened after an environmental disaster when a sunken ship spilled tons of coal and fuel oil onto the shore. Yet the most striking thing is that people still come here. They walk, have picnics, and even enter the water. This is especially evident during the Ganesh Chaturthi festival, when millions of worshippers perform rituals in the sea, wading into the polluted water, and even submerging themselves. It's a sight that inspires both admiration for their faith and concern for their health. Chowpatty is a stark example of how human activity can turn a natural beach into an environmental disaster zone. In 9th place is the legendary Copacabana in Rio de Janeiro. It's a 4-kilometer stretch of white sand, with the ocean on one side and luxury hotels on the other. It may seem like the perfect resort, but the main danger here isn't nature. It's people. The beach has become a front line where wealth and poverty collide. The most dangerous phenomenon is known as arrestão, mass robberies. Groups of young people from the favelas run in a chain along the beach, grabbing everything in their path: bags, phones, and jewelry. It all happens in seconds, and then they disappear into the crowd. Even outside of these katnai, you can't relax. Leaving your belongings unattended almost guarantees they'll be stolen, and even a moment of distraction can cost you your valuables. Thieves often work in teams. One distracts you while others steal. Police patrol the area, but it's too large to fully control. Copacabana teaches a harsh truth. Here, you're not just a tourist, you're a potential target. It's a place where beauty exists side by side with a constant sense of danger. In 8th place is the Mexican beach of Zipolite in the state of Oaxaca, whose name translates as Beach of the Dead. According to legend, ancient tribes once sent the bodies of the deceased here, carried away by the ocean. Today, it has become a popular destination for hippies, nudists, and backpackers, drawn by its free-spirited atmosphere, cheap accommodation, and breathtaking sunsets. But the real danger here is the ocean itself. Zipolite is a 2-kilometer stretch of open beach, with no bays or reefs to soften the waves. Beneath the surface lie chaotic rip currents, known locally as rebentazo. They appear suddenly and can drag a person into deep water within seconds. Every year, dozens of people drown here, including experienced swimmers. What makes the beach especially dangerous is that the water can look calm, while deadly currents rage underneath. Lifeguards keep red warning flags raised almost year-round, but many tourists ignore them, believing the warnings are exaggerated. Zipolite is a place of incredible beauty and freedom that also remains one of the most dangerous beaches in the world. In 7th place is Reynisfjara Beach on the southern coast of Iceland, a place of black volcanic sand, towering basalt cliffs, and harsh beauty that looks like the setting of a fantasy film. Hundreds of thousands of tourists come here every year for the breathtaking views and dramatic photos. But it is the ocean that makes this beach deadly. Reynisfjara is famous for its so-called sleeper waves. sudden killer waves that appear without warning. The sea can seem calm for a long time, until one powerful wave suddenly surges much farther onto the shore than the others. The icy water causes instant shock, while the powerful undertow drags people into the ocean with tremendous force. The depth begins almost right at the shoreline, and the strong currents leave little chance of escape. Warning systems are installed along the beach, but many tourists ignore the danger in search of the perfect photo. Every year, Reynisfjara proves that nature's beauty can also be deadly. In sixth place is Cape Tribulation in Queensland, Australia, a place where ancient rainforest meets the Great Barrier Reef. The paradise-like scenery hides one of the most dangerous natural environments in the world. Swimming here is extremely dangerous because of saltwater crocodiles and deadly venomous jellyfish. But the land is no safer. The forests are home to aggressive cassowaries, birds capable of seriously injuring a person with their sharp claws. The most insidious threat is the jimpy plant, also known as the stinging tree. Its leaves are covered in microscopic needles filled with a powerful toxin. Even the slightest touch can cause unbearable pain that may last for months. Cape Tribulation is a place where danger lurks everywhere, in the water, in the jungle, and even in the trees. In fifth place are the Amazon beaches near the Brazilian city of Santarém, especially Alter do Chão, often called the Amazonian Caribbean. During the dry season, the falling water levels reveal stunning white sand beaches, washed by warm, crystal-clear fresh water, creating the image of a tropical paradise. But behind this beauty lies one of the most dangerous rivers in the world. The waters are home to piranhas, electric eels, and freshwater stingrays with venomous barbs. Even accidental contact with them can lead to serious injuries or death. The most terrifying creature is the candiru, a tiny parasitic fish that is almost impossible to remove without surgery. The beaches of the Amazon may look idyllic, but beneath the surface hides an entire world of deadly creatures. In fourth place is Gansbaai in South Africa, a place known as the world capital of great white sharks. Between Dyer Island and Geyser Rock lies the so-called Shark Alley, where these predators hunt thousands of Cape fur seals. This is one of the few places in the world where you can witness the famous breaching phenomenon. Massive great white sharks launching themselves out of the water during an attack. Tourists come here for extreme cage diving experiences, descending in metal cages directly into the sharks' hunting grounds. But even the cages do not always guarantee safety. 5-meter sharks can strike the metal structures with incredible force, and some have even become trapped between the bars while trying to grab the bait. Gansbaai is a place where people willingly come face to face with one of the ocean's most dangerous predators. In third place on our list, the bronze spot goes to a beach that turned a screenwriter's worst nightmare into everyday reality for a major coastal city. Imagine a modern metropolis of around 1.5 million people, skyscrapers, restaurants, and a waterfront that could rival Miami or Dubai. This is Recife, often called the Brazilian Venice, and its main beach, Boa Viagem. The problem is that this seemingly paradise-like coastline is officially considered the most dangerous urban beach in the world due to a surge in shark attacks. And the threat isn't out in the wilderness. It's right next to luxury apartments and high-end hotels. The situation is entirely human-made. Until the 1990s, the beach was considered safe, but the construction of the Suape port dramatically altered the ecosystem. Mangroves were destroyed, reefs were damaged, and natural currents were changed. These mangroves once acted as a protective barrier, and their removal, along with the new maritime activity, attracted sharks that began following ships in search of food waste. As a result, bull sharks moved in, one of the most dangerous species. Aggressive, unpredictable, capable of surviving in fresh water, and known for attacking without discrimination. They often enter shallow waters where people swim, waist or chest deep, unaware of any danger. Attacks typically come from below, in murky water where the predator remains invisible until the last moment. Authorities have responded with warning signs stretching along the entire coastline, as well as patrols by boats and helicopters. But these measures are not enough. The beach remains crowded, and Boa Viagem has become a symbol of how human interference in nature can turn an ordinary swim into a deadly gamble. Second place, the silver spot in our ranking, goes to a unique territory that looks like a lost paradise on postcards, but in reality functions as a perfectly balanced ecosystem for dealing with unwanted visitors. We're heading to the east coast of Australia, to the world's largest sand island. Known to Europeans as Fraser Island, named after Eliza Fraser, who survived a shipwreck there in 1836. It has been called Kagari by the indigenous Butchulla people, meaning paradise. From above, it truly looks like one. 120 kilometers of white beaches, eucalyptus forests growing out of sand, and crystal clear freshwater lakes. But stepping onto this island requires extreme caution. Swimming in the ocean is strictly forbidden year-round. The waters are dangerous on multiple levels. Deep sand channels along the coast are patrolled by bull and tiger sharks, while powerful rip currents can drag even experienced swimmers out to sea. In warmer months, October to May, an even more invisible threat appears: jellyfish. Tiny irukandji and large box jellyfish inhabit these waters. Irukandji are nearly invisible, the size of a fingernail, yet their venom causes extreme muscle spasms, intense pain, vomiting, and a powerful sense of impending death. Medical help can take hours to arrive, often making encounters fatal. Danger doesn't end on land. Fraser is home to wild dingoes, an isolated and genetically unique population of Australia's wild dogs. They are not tame animals, but highly organized predators that have lost their fear of humans due to decades of tourist feeding. They may see lone hikers or children as prey and can silently surround victims. There are documented attacks, including severe injuries from early morning walks near the shore. As a result, authorities in Queensland have fenced campsites, issued strict group travel rules, and even required deterrent tools. And even if you avoid dingoes, the island still hides venomous snakes like black widows and eastern taipans in grass and sand. On Kagari, there are no truly safe zones. Its beauty is directly matched by its danger, and humans remain fragile guests in a ruthless natural hierarchy. And finally, the absolute leader, first place, the gold of our anti-ranking, goes to a body of water that can only be described as the shore of Medusa. This place is so surreal and hostile that the mind struggles to accept it as part of Earth's natural landscape. We are in Tanzania, East Africa, at Lake Natron. From above, it doesn't look like a lake at all, but a blood-red or orange mirror covered with cracked salt. This eerie color is caused by billions of halophilic cyanobacteria, the only organisms able to survive here. Natron is not just salty, it is an extreme alkaline trap. Its pH can reach 10.5, comparable to ammonia or household bleach. In shallow areas, temperatures can rise to 60 degrees Celsius under the sun. Swimming here is lethal. The alkaline water instantly burns skin and mucous membranes, causing severe chemical burns. Even small cuts become unbearable sources of pain. But the strangest horror appears along the shore. Here are found statues of animals, bats, birds, flamingos, frozen in lifelike poses. This is not art, but chemistry. Birds often crash into the lake, mistaking its perfectly reflective surface, and die. The mineral-rich water then preserves their bodies, turning them into natural mummified sculptures. Lake Natron is a beautiful chemical trap, a place where even touching the water can leave permanent scars. Our anti-ranking proves that nature is not just a backdrop for selfies, but a powerful force that does not forgive carelessness. We've seen extreme contrasts, from the technological chaos of Sint Maarten to the frozen mummies of Lake Natron. What all these locations share is the same trait. They expertly disguise deadly danger behind the illusion of paradise. Remember that behind every perfect social media photo there may be unnecessary risk. Nature follows its own harsh rules, where humans are only temporary guests. And your safety always depends on your own awareness and caution.